Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you may be in this big, wide, beautiful world. My name is Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. And today is just a look at me, look what I made video. And the first thing I want to show you is what I'm wearing. This is just a rainbow cowl that I created for my daughter-in-law to be, who's giving birth to my very first grandson in 16 days or more, or less, depending on, what happens or what the baby decides to do. Let's face it, it's not up to us, is it? Anyway, so I thought I'd make this because they're living in England, my daughter and my daughter-in-law to be. So I thought, well, what I'll do is make her something for winter. It's not the only thing I'm going to make, but it's the main thing probably. I'll probably do some socks and maybe even a hat, but I might even be able to do a hat that matches. Have I got enough yarn? No, I don't think I ran out of the yellow. Anyway, so yeah, so I finished this, and it'll be nice and warm. It's 100% Bendigo Woolen Mill Merino washable yarn. This is the classic range. It's probably the cheapest of the ranges that they have, but it's by no means, any lesser quality because of it. But it is just the cheapest of the Bendigo Woolen Mills. So, and excuse my peg. It's just so I don't sort of, expose myself. So yeah, I was quite pleased that I got that done. I think I did about 10 rows of each colour. I tried to stop curling by doing a few rows of ribbon at each end, but it hasn't really helped, which I'm a bit disappointed in. But I figure when you're wearing it, it's not going to really matter anyway, and if you wash it and lay it flat to dry, the it will sort of block by doing it that. So, but some really pretty colours in there. I love the colours. Strictly not the rainbow colours because especially these ones. But I started off trying to do it as a rainbow, but when I got to the end, I didn't have the colours that I needed really. So I just plopped those on, and I thought that was pretty enough. So, got that done. So that's one thing out of the way. I also got, if you follow Battle of the Stitches, you would have seen my make. I made a little bib for my grandson, who is due in 16 days now and counting. Could be less time, could be more, who knows. But anyway, so it's a griddle stitch. I think it's also known as the Suzette stitch, but don't quote me on that. I'm sure someone in the comment section will know. I actually made two, because I made one and I forgot. Normally what I do when I do Battle of the Stitches is, as I'm making my project, I video it, and then at the end, then I take a video of the finished project and put that bit at the beginning to say this is what I'm going to make, and then show you how I'm making it in the tutorial. So there is a little tutorial of this on my channel. So I got those two done. So that's going to go in my little pile of things to be sent off in my little bag that I'm getting. It's one of those bags. It's a drawstring, I think, from Naughty Knit Bags or something like that. But it's got the granny square print on it. So I'm going to fill that with baby stuff and send that for Christmas probably. So there's a couple of bibs to go with it, and at the same time I'll, because I'll do it all at Christmas, and I'll send the cowl as well. Then for charity, to go to Kogo, which is Kogo is Knit One, Give One. It's an Australian charity. There is a drop-off point for me just a little bit down the road. So I thought, well, that's nice and close and convenient. And if it turns out that they're not collecting anymore, we've got a few little op shops and the Salvos and everything around here as well. I think we've even got a Brotherhood of St. Lawrence as well, all within like 3 to 5 kilometres of here. So this I managed to finally get finished. It is 43 inches wide, which is 1.1 meters wide. Well, it's square, so it's 1.1 by 1.1, which is what they said they their baby blankets for Kogo, they want them to be 1.2 by 1.1 maximum. So I've done 1.1 by 1.1 because I did, as you can see, a solid granny square. The yarn I used here was the Lion brand Mandala in the Gnome, which is a fantastic colourway. Have I shown? Oh no, that is the right side. And I love a solid granny. I love a solid granny square. Probably much better than I like a normal granny. Speaking of which, it's brag time. You may have already seen the video, but I thought there's a little story that goes along with the video, which I couldn't tell, but I'll tell the story. So they're the 3 things that I've completed. Now, does this look at all familiar to any of you? Well, it probably should. This is the Red Hearts all-in-one granny square yarn. Now, I was watching YouTube, I was watching some true crime, as I tend to do when I'm sort of just doing stuff, and I was actually knitting. I was using the yarn to make, I started knitting another baby blanket to send to Kogo, and I wasn't very happy, and I kept unravelling it and all the rest of it while I was watching this show. And then I thought, oh, hang on a second. Whew, sorry about that, I had to cough. And get some water. So I kept looking at thinking, should I do a Red Hearts all-in-one granny square tutorial or review, which has been done to death online? And I thought, no, but I do want to see if I can do one. So I picked it up with my Clover 5mm H hook, and I started. First round, perfect. Second round, perfect. And I thought, I need to be videoing this. So I unraveled it, put my camera on, and started to do it again. First row, perfect. Second row, perfect. Third row, a little bit out. It was a little bit, I needed a little bit more of the colour. So I unravelled just one side once. I went from 2 chain in the corner to 1 and went back along and finished it, and it was fine. Next row, same thing. I needed a little bit more of the colour, only a little bit. So I undid the one side again, put 1 chain in the corner again instead of the 2. But they recommend 3. I'll get to that in a second. And I finished it perfect again. Then I came to the last round and I did that, and I had to actually unravel that twice, just the one side. The first time I unraveled it, decreased by one chain in the second last corner, and it still wasn't enough because I wanted to make sure that I had at least a little bit over, like that. So I unraveled it again, and I just tightened my tension a smidge, and it worked fine. And I got this done. In the video, the reason I did the video is because I thought no one's going to believe this. No one is going to believe, with every single video of this square being made, it's just been a nightmare for everybody. So I thought no one's going to believe that I've actually been able to do this in the time frame I'm doing it. I've got to record it, which is why I did record it. But like I say, because I recorded it while I was watching YouTube, you've got all the YouTube show going on in the background. So I actually had to take the sound off and put some music on. So for those of you who do not like music, yeah, there's music. It's songs that I created on AI for my channel. So, and I think the last couple of minutes are silent. But yeah, so now I'll tell you how I sort of did it. I did do the chain and not a magic ring, and they say to do chain of 4. Did chain of 4. I had a 6-inch beginning. I think they say to have a 4-inch beginning. And the reason I had a 6-inch beginning was because I thought, well, when you finish one of the squares, there's always going to be a bit of a tail that cuts in to the beginning of the next square. Imagine that's together like that. Well, that's going to shorten how much the tail should be at the beginning on the second square. On the first square, yeah, you can have a fairly long lead-in tail. But on the second square, because you've already used that much of the tail, well then you're going to need to subtract at least some of that from what they tell you to do. You see what I'm saying? And that might be part of the problem with some of the tutorials. I don't know. So anyway, I did the chain of 4, and then all I did was I did my normal granny square. I did 2 chains in the corner, none between the clusters, because I've never done chains between the clusters. And when I come back to the beginning, which is over here, for every row except for the last one, I did a half double crochet to join my last stitch to my first stitch of the round, and then chained up 3 and started the next round. I mean, you can see that there's a little bit of colour going over into the next ones. See, the first 2 you can't see. You cannot see the join. Or can you see on that one? Or a little smidgy millimetre. But because the first 2 were just went really well, and I thought this is going to be easy. But then, of course, the last 3 rows I did have to unravel one side only. I only had to unravel those 2 rows once for one side, but the last round I did have to do one side to unravel it twice. But the evidence is all there. I've got the evidence. So I would say yes, it can be done. Is it easier than doing 5 colours and then sewing in all the ends? I don't really know, because I've never done a 5-colour square and cut, and like sewn in all the ends and timed myself. Having said that, though, I would imagine it would be the same, almost the same, but you don't have the hassle of sewing in the ends. You don't have that, sewing the ends. I only left these ends unsewn so that you could see how long I started and ended with, and you can see how much sort of leftover I had on each one. So yeah, it can be done. Would I do it? No. Why? 2 reasons. One, I don't particularly like any of their colour combinations. Keeping this fluff everywhere. It must be from that cow. Anyway, I mean, they're not awful, but they're just not colours I would choose. Secondly, I don't like particularly using a 4-weight or a 10-ply yarn, or an Aran weight, as they would say in the UK. If this was in 8-ply, and if they made, or 3-weight, and if they made it, how many colours is in a rainbow? 6 or 7? I can never remember. But if they made it each row one of the colours of the rainbow, however many rows it is, I probably would get it, and I would try it, and hopefully I could still get it to work, and then I might consider doing a blanket with it. But there's the other problem. There's no yarn to sew all the squares together, so you would need to also buy a 10-weight white, cream, or black, or whatever colour you would be using. I think they got black in, yeah, they got some with black edges, which isn't a big deal. I mean, I suppose, yeah, no, that's not a big deal. You just buy another acrylic yarn. It doesn't have to even be Red Heart. But yeah, I was really pleasantly surprised how well it went for me. I don't know, maybe I've just got the same tension as the person who initially designed the square, and I've just, beginner's luck. It's a fluke, it's a magic fluke. But yeah, so I just wanted to show you that I finished that. But there is a video anyway showing that I finished it. I just needed to tell you, because I couldn't talk in the other video, so I thought I'd explain in this one how I went about doing it, and how I made up the extra space. Because once you unravel a yarn, especially if it's acrylic, it does stretch it. So, all I had to do was decrease a chain in the second last corner and redo that one side, and that just gave me enough to do the pull through to tie off the corner. So yeah, I mean, I've got 12 balls-ish of this stuff, which would give me 144 squares if I decided to make all the squares, which I'm not going to do. Yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. I wanted to explain that because I didn't explain it in the other video. 17 minutes. Did I say that? I don't think I actually said. 17 minutes to do the square from where to go. That included the unraveling and whatnot. So, yep. So, was that all my makes? Yep, that was all my makes. That's just my finished objects. I just wanted to show you what I've actually completed. I'm still working on the holly neck down knitted jumper, and I'm still working on my knitted hexagon cardie, and I'll be starting another baby blanket with this. I really want to work it corner to corner, but I don't want to do corner to corner crochet because I don't like corner to corner crochet. I mean, I've done it, but this, I don't know. Something about corner to corner, I don't know. Maybe I will do a corner to corner crochet blanket for my second one, but that's going to have big holes in it as well. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so I still got to think about that. I still might just do a corner to corner garter stitch knitted blanket and just be done with it because that's nice and easy. And the reason why I do corner to corner is just that I find that's the easiest way to get the length right. If you're aiming for a particular width, and you don't want to waste time doing a swatch, best way is just to go corner to corner on a blanket, and once the one side is the width you want, you start decreasing. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to crochet until I get to 1.1, knit until I get to 1.1 meters or 43 centimeters, and then I'm going to just start decreasing, and then I'll have a second baby blanket to go with my first one, and get my dad to go and drop them off at the local drop-off point for Kogo charity. Anyway, thanks for watching, much appreciated. Please take care, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.